I watched as the white green floats like the waves of an ocean, beckoning on me with open arms of hopes and emptiness, suppressed by the will to resist. How do we forgive ourselves for all the things we did not become? With contradictory affections to afflictions that has blinded our common sense of reasoning, daily we kill each other with words that breaks our unity, spreading propaganda that benefits the few and harms the many, with rumors of economic doom spreads like wildfire, causing us to lose faith in what we can achieve as a people, thereby making some to want to run away. Run away, where should we go? Our silent history sleeps with the dead and shouts at the future of our young people. Where do we go from here? In a place where we think we can build together, but the aspirations of our young people are asphyxiated and our bonds of unity broken, then what do we do? Sometimes I wonder why some communities burn, or is it the clouds changing colors to red, or the rivers in the river banks turning to liquid rust, by the evidence of crime against humanity that cannot be washed away? Or does the corpse look like sacrifices in God's eyes, as the cries of the people rises like morning prayers, with blood stains on their raised hands? Have you ever looked into the eyes of the hungry children on the streets, searching the skies for signs of hopes or false promises, waiting for floating memories in the struggle for a chance to survive? Have you ever bowed your head in shame and pretend everything is okay when the youths are products of public schools of poverty? Whether you are from the east or west, north or south, the tragedy of our country, Nigeria, affects us all. For whatever we suffer today, we contributed to it yesterday. What shall I say of citizens that throws dirty on the road yet complain of environmental pollution? What shall I say of the civil servants who collect bribes yet complain of low politics? Or of the voters who sold their votes yet complain of lack of good governance? Still, many don't pay taxes, yet they complain of lack of infrastructures. What shall we then say of the politician who uses pen to loot public funds, yet complain of lack of funds for projects? Or of the marketer who uses the back of cup to measure garri for customers, yet says there is no market? What about the students who sought lecturers for grade, yet says lecturers are not good? For whatever we suffer today, we contributed to it yesterday. What do you do in a nation where dreams are broken like broken roads and the victim troops out to prostrate in welcome when the oppressor is in town? How independent are we when for too long we have been faced with faceless decorations of infrastructures with the promises of unfulfilled hopes, making us to dress our wounds and wear them like designers? We do not need a prophecy to know that the land is crying out for a change. I watched as the white green floats like the waves of an ocean, beckoning on me to swim in the ocean of change and be bettered with waters of great solutions. For in the days of the nationalists, our founders dared to stand up and demanded for our independence, a country made of nations teeming with over 200 tribes and 300 languages. Together they fought and died for the independence of the country, for one people, for one Nigeria. But our minds has loosed its sleeves. We failed to rise to the task that has been laid before us. We failed to fight for the cause of the struggle that gave birth to the nationhood. We failed our young people and say they are lazy. We failed our children from the foundation cracked by a leak that cracked through our broken walls of unity. When shall we sit together at the table of brotherhood to mend the cracks and discuss the progress of our nationhood? We must understand that a house divided against itself cannot stand. But we cannot shake or cast apart our past which has defined our present day. Yet we can and should write a new future. For as long as humans are willing to come together with a unified purpose, we have the power to drive change. Yes, we can rise from these shambles. Let us make a pact and act it out. Let us be courageous to stand for what is right, do what is right, and reshape our nation to make our heroes past proud. Let us use this moment to redeem our dreams rooted in the very first foundation that was laid by the founding fathers of this great country, Nigeria, to restore the nationhood dreams kicked away by lost hopes. For the day we shall celebrate the independence of our minds as a people, our eagles will fly despite the turbulent storms. Our horses will ride despite the bumpy roads. For where there is no way, we will trust in God to make the way. But we will have to rise to widen the way that God has made for us, flying the flag of our green, white, green to build a great and prosperous Nigeria. We are tired of having strong men in communities without foresight. We are tired of having leaders who glory in corruption while the country slips into poverty. We need leaders that would serve to create innovations that bring development to the people. We want leaders that will harness our creative ingenuity to make things bright and beautiful. Today, let Nigerians arise as compatriots so that the labors of our heroes past shall not be in vain. To serve with our hearts and might so that the works of our development shall not go unfinished, and to be a people bound in freedom, unity, peace, and equality in equity. You don't need to be a politician to make it your mission to promote and protect your society. Even in our controversial state as a country, we can choose to go to the moon and space and conquer it. We can choose to lead a new hope for a great future for our children. There is no rehearsal in sustaining the future of this country. So there shouldn't be the thing that the youths are too young to lead. Whether young or old, there is no set time to choose hope. There is no set time in the future to achieve great things. The time is now. The time is now, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. If we can start now, we can achieve great things for our people tomorrow. So let us imagine and visualize that we are together in this national ship with other change makers, sailing to where our problems lies as the green, white, green floats like the wave of an ocean, and asking ourselves, what can we do? Seeing all the complaints, broken dreams, and shattered hopes, and asking ourselves, what can we do? What can we do to fix the problems of unemployment? What can we do to fix the problems of lack of people's welfare? What can we do to fix the problems of insecurity, lack of electricity, lack of good roads that will ride to find our ways to the destinations of our hopes and dreams? What can we do to fix the problems in our education and socio-economic systems? Then open your eyes and see the light, shining solutions that can transform the country with a hope that implores us against all odds to keep rising up in profound patriotism to save Nigeria from disintegration. Do we still have men and women who love their country more than their lives? Do we still have men and women who are ready to make the sacrifices we need to progress in this present time for the future? Do we still have people who are courageous enough to brave the odds and stand up to do the yearnings of the people? I believe that a country full of people planted by the riverside should never lack from flourishment. Looking at the majesty of a nation settles like dust on the street, I dream of the existence of the country before me. I may not be happy with the way things are, but I dream of a country of the future where we will be happy with the way things should be. I do not know if the ancestors cry for their losses, but I dream of my future generation, not knowing if they will dream about me. So my compatriot brothers and sisters, you who labor in truth to ensure that the labors of our nation's progress are not in vain, let me walk with you. Let me labor with you. And let us dance till our wombs birth solutions, till we change the country and glory in our victory. As the country celebrates independence now and in the future, Let Nigerians awake to a country where head is held high and opportunities abound. A country not broken up by fragments of domestic violence that breaks the bond of our national unity. Though our cultures are diverse, but our unity should be one. Let Nigerians awake a country where the people have freedom from fear and freedom from the burdens of past mistakes and misdeeds. A country where the people are awakened from the anarchy of destiny of being a Nigerian in the eyes of the international communities. Let us awake to the freedom from the misrules that has crippled the wheels of the progress of a great country. Let us awake to the sounds of development, singing beautiful songs in the banks of prosperity, so that those who sleep on the laps of death, on the streets of nothingness, will rejoice when they wake up on the streets paved with great opportunities. Many citizens complain of how things should be, yet their heart is a graveyard of cowardice. But to those who will brave the odds and stand up to lead us into our glorious destiny, and to those who will have the courage to craft themselves to stand as agents of change, I, Madua Justice, stand with you on this ship of the green, white, green, to say, so help me God. Happy Independence, Nigeria. Peace.